students of class 11. Today's our topic is complex number. So who invent complex number, do you know? Do you heard about Raffaello Bombelli? During the 16th century, an Italian called Raffaello came up with the equation. If the square root of plus 1 is both plus 1 and minus 1, then what is the square root of minus 1? He answered the question himself and declared the square root of minus 1 is equal to I, an imaginary number. So, complex number is in the form of a plus ib, where a is real part and b is imaginary part. Here I is equal to root of minus 1. For example, 2 plus I 3, 7 plus I 9, etc. Complex numbers are used in many scientific fields. Two complex numbers are equal if real parts are equal, imaginary parts are equal. So for example, you can see here two complex number z1 is equal to a plus ib and z2 is equal to c plus id. So if they are equal means z1 is equal to z2. When if a is equal to c, that is real parts are equal, and b is equal to d, that is imaginary parts are equal. In this PPT, we will see about the Argand plane. So what is Argand plane? Argand plane is also the xy plane on the Cartesian plane, but here we consider x-axis as the real axis and y-axis as the imaginary axis, and thus Argand plane is used to locate the complex number graphically. Because we are already aware of the Cartesian plane, that is xy plane or z plane. So, order pair xy can be carefully located on this xy plane. This Cartesian plane is used to locate any pair of real number points. Any complex number of the form z is equal to a plus ib can be treated as order pair AB. Accordingly, it can be represented on the Argand plane. Example, let z is equal to 2 plus 3i. So we have a real part is 2 and imaginary part is 3. Here in the diagram, you can see how to locate complex number in the Cartesian plane. Now, the distance of any point from the origin is called as its modulus and is represented by mod z for any complex number z. If the complex number is purely real, that is its imaginary part is 0, that is p is equal to 0, then on Argand plane it will be purely located on the real axis, either towards right or left if the origin depending upon the sign of the number. The, that is, any point on the real axis will be of the form z is equal to a plus I 0, while for purely imaginary number, that is, its real part is 0, a is equal to 0, then on the Argand plane, it will be located on the imaginary axis, either upward or downward of the origin, depending upon the sign of imaginary part. That is, any point on the imaginary axis will be of the form z is equal to 0 plus ib. Explain polar representation in detail. Assume any complex number z is equal to x plus iy represented by the point P on Argand plane. O be the origin and OP is the line representing the distance of the point P from the origin. That is OP distance. That is the R. R means modulus Z. By using distance formula, OP is equal to square root x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. We will get square root x square plus y square. Let OP or modulus of Z is denoted by R. Theta with the angle between the line OP and the x-axis or the real axis. Thus, we can say that for any point to be uniquely defined on the Argand plane, we need two parameters, either x that is real and y imaginary, coordinates or r and theta. The projection of the point P on the x-axis will be r cos theta, while its projection on y-axis will be r sin theta. Thus we get x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. So z is equal to x plus iy can also be represented as z is equal to r cos theta plus r I sin theta, or z is equal to r in brackets cos theta plus I sin theta, where tan theta is equal to y upon x and r is equal to means modulus of z is equal to x square plus y square. The above form of complex number, which includes the variable r and theta, is called as the trigonometric or the polar form. Here r is called as modulus and theta is its argument or angle. We also have two other ways of writing complex number in polar form. Z is equal to r cos theta, that is z is equal to r of angle theta. So depending upon the argument, the coordinate may change. Refer the below table to understand it clearly. So if theta is between 0 and 90 degree, it is in the first quadrant. If theta is between 180 degree and 270 degree, it is in the third quadrant. If theta is between 270 degree and 360 degree, it is in the fourth quadrant. Thank you, children.